With your three-point stance on Kansas Jayhawk football, I'm Brian HANNI. Fall camp is in the books, game week is finally here, and yet at some positions, those camp battles have extended into game week, including at quarterback, where head coach David BEATY says the QB competition remains razor thin.
We didn't have that separation. However, what we did have is guys that can do it. And they're all pretty talented, and they all have done it at a high level already. So the good news is there is not a hair's separation from them statistically in fall camp. I mean, that's what makes it extremely difficult, is their production was very, very similar.
Coach BEATY went on to say that the quarterbacks, the running backs, and the corners on defense might be the three position groups that have improved the most from last season to now. Speaking of defense, defensive coordinator CLINT BOWEN loves what he has up front, especially with Daniel Wise on the defensive line.
I'm working some, Courtney Arnick's in there where Joe's at, and then working some other young guys in there. So the linebacker spot's been solid. I think Daniel Wise has probably had the best camp of anyone on our team. So him coming along, and then, with the defensive end spot, I think we have three guys there, and a couple others, Rosser and Ahambe, who can go. So I think the defensive end spot has started to develop some depth.
Finally, what should we expect from the Rams of Rhode Island, a club that went 1-10 last season, a member of the Colonial Athletic Association? Well, 9 starters back offensively, 6 on defense, and Harold Cooper, a name to look for, their running back who was third-team All-Conference offensively, but a first-team return man. David BEATY talks about what else impresses him involving these Rams.
They're just like us. They've got a number of guys returning. Some guys that stick out to me, I think their running back is very talented. He's also very talented in the run game. He will be a challenge to contain. I think that they have some really good players on their defensive line. They have a defensive tackle in particular that I think is a talented guy. They have a quarterback that played a little bit last year that can do a lot of things with his arms, but he can really do it with his feet. So we've got to do a good job managing that guy as well. A lot of newcomers on this team, 28, I believe, of an 84-man roster, which is quite a bit. You're over 30% there of newcomers. So there's a lot about this team that we don't know. I know they're doing some different things than they were doing last year. So like a lot of teams, you're going into this game not knowing everything that you need to know. So the team that adjusts better, I think, is the team that has the advantage in the game for sure.
Kickoff is set for 6 on Saturday night. We'll see you at Memorial Stadium. That's your three-point stance for today on Kansas Jayhawk football.